Let's go right into today's Elon Musk video, ladies and gentlemen. Owns XRP, and the evidence I'm going to provide you will not convince you otherwise. And if you don't find this video useful, I respectfully request that you unfollow or block me on YouTube. Do whatever is necessary. Do what the evidence is in the headlines and videos. In today's video, we'll go over it. Will be written down in history. Where do we even begin? Because it will all happen in years. Let's get up where we left off. Yesterday, and then we'll watch the Elon Musk video, but I assure you do not want to miss this section. I missed a single second of this video yesterday. We ended up with the UK confirming plans to regulate the crypto business using previous legislation, and we discussed how Ripple will be lobbying for that. If we go back to 2018, Ripple High-Hayed, the UK government has appointed Dan Morgan as the head of its European regulatory relations. Ripple has completed a hat trick by selecting Dan Morgan, formerly of the United Kingdom, as the head of its European regulatory affairs. Governments. Internationally, that is massive, and Ripple is in discussions with over a dozen governments about CBDC development, which was published this year. The London office of Ripple has more than doubled in size. Sandy Young has been on a recruiting frenzy outside of the United States since January 2022. Pay attention to this section. There are numerous debates. I hope to announce more agreements shortly as the central bank regulators continue their work. Young informed Financial News and recalls. What are we learning from what Anthony said here from Ripple about these NDAs? We've had 2 announced projects, 5 from NDA, and if you remember this written evidence. Ripple Labs' submission to the UK Parliament. This is an additional section that we did not discuss. Take a look at this. Furthermore, XRP was developed with sustainability in mind, and if you ever hear BISWF World Bank, they're always going to discuss sustainability. It is an inherently green currency. All XRP is already in existence, which means no unsustainable mining practices or additional energy is ever required to produce more that is so massive. Did you hear that part is already in existence, which means no unsustainable mining practices or additional energy is ever required to produce more. And that is why I said from day one there is a reason why Ripple pre-mined all of its XRP at once the 100 billion. It only gets better from here. Pay attention to this so that Ripple Markets UK Ltd is right. This is the firm number, and they appointed 3 people on June 7th of this year. David, Chris, and Nigel. Did you cover Nigel yesterday? All these big names jumping ship. Vice President at JP Morgan for over 10 years, Merrill Lynch Citigroup Managing Director. Guess what these other people, like Sandy Young, a Harvard Business School graduate, and is one of the dozens of people who are at Ripple and have gone to Harvard. She was at MasterCard for 5 years and 6 months, and we will know in 2023. Ripple is collaborating with MasterCard, and when I claimed 2 years ago that they were collaborating with MasterCard in quiet, many said it was clickbait, and guess what? It's expertise, and if we keep going with Myers, look at this senior counsel. But before that, VP at Morgan Stanley State Street Goldman Sachs. You see these people jumping ship. This is crucial, therefore let's move on to the greatest. A segment of the video, ladies, and yes, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the ADO of XRP. Wodo and Wodo. Gentlemen, some of Silicon Valley's most well-known venture funds have sponsored the startup of OpenCoin. This was April 11th, 2013, with a new digital currency called Ripple, and this is just ridiculous to me. OpenCoin has also gotten funding. From the beginning, Wing the Founders Fund, a venture business headed by PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, and you're telling me Peter Thiel will invest in OpenCoin, and when XRP is pre-mined, he won't have any XRP to wake the F up. Because Elon Musk activated this wallet in the same year, 2013, and a lot of people will say, oh, it could be anyone. No going back in. They presumably didn't want to play with all these different wallet addresses with intricate wallet addresses in 2013, so they made it easy. They said Musk, Thiel, Anders hits, and guess what? They're all involved in this. 2013 was the same year they invested, and Peter Thiel and Elon Musk collaborated since 2000. Okay, X.com has announced a $100 million prize. The financing round is scheduled for April 5th, 2000. We'll get this right away, but Peter Thiel, you're telling me, he's not going to call Elon Musk and say, hey, listen, I bought in this open currency because they're going to pre-mine XRP, and this thing is going to have real worth. Like, shall I continue, ladies and gentlemen? Go ahead and press that button. I'm sweating right now because I'm so fired up, and if you're wondering, I believe this is hopium. Get the F out of here. I'm sick and tired of these immature waste of skins on Twitter making stupid comments if you don't have the patience to be a part of the following wealth transfer that's taking place right now, exactly like when the stock market was open. During the 1700s, this is exactly what is going on right now. But this is the blockchain, so let's get started. Back on April 5th, 2000, Taxcom announced a $100 million investment round, which you can listen to here. We've received a terrific response from Peter Thiel.com, Executive Vice President for Finance Strategy. Our fundraising round was sustainably oversubscribed, as we've seen a great lot, and let's jump to the next one, they stated. According to Elon Musk, the size of this round emphasizes the importance of X.com's position as a leader in web-based payments. The president, I'm going to take a deep breath and settle down for a while because the following section is significantly greater, since we're going to get into Gatri if you remember Elon Musk's tweet from 2021. Frodo was the underdog, and everyone expected him to fail. Most notably, we have XRP and Bitcoin at the top, and it states one coin. Why are you tweeting to rule them all? Such gibberish, what's the point of tweeting this? Nonsensical, correct. There are indirect correlation messages in this, and if we look at this tweet from this year, they say it's all about the journey if we put the journey into the Gatri calculator, right? Take a look at what we receive, people. Look at what happens if we scroll down. This is all true. Follow Intelligent XRP, and many of you on the other end of the screen are probably thinking if you type anything into here, the top pop of XRP will be displayed, so why do I go? Ahead and show you, so let's say about the meme. Okay, let's put in about the meme. Let's go ahead and control fine. I'm not going to scroll through it. We have 0 out of 0 concerning memes in this XRP, so let's move on to cars. I'm not sure what to put, but this is just an example. So that's just to show you that everything you enter into that calculator produces results. With that stated, ladies and gentlemen, please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. You can make up your stuff down below. 2013. They're trying to develop a better Bitcoin at the same time. Peter Thiel invests in OpenCoin, and they get their XRP disseminated. When it was all said and done, I was at a loss for words. I'll see you later. Guys, I may respond late in the comments section, but I will respond to every single one of you. The majority of you, let me assure you. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, and please report any scam comments. I would greatly appreciate it if you could do it. Go ahead and click those 3 dots to report spam so we don't have to. These people are attempting to destroy our community by spamming these channels, preventing real people from writing comments, interacting with one another, and seeing what others are saying. With that being said, I do appreciate every one of you. Video essentially, if Don is correct, the X will meet people's financial demands. To the point where it would eventually become, I don't know, maybe half of the world fan system, wow, or some large amount, I'm not sure what the number is. But pretty big, so it would be by far the largest sort of financial institution, if but like said, not in the way that people are used to thinking about banks, just the most efficient database for the thing that is money, like the least amount of fraud, everything's real time. If it involves money in any way, it can be dealt with seamlessly on one platform. I prepared a product plan that I wish I had preserved a copy of back in July of 2000. Where I thought it would be possible to build the most valuable financial institution in the world, and we're going to execute that plan 22 years ago, which, amazingly, no one has done, and so I think that's part of why I think Twitter will eventually be extremely valuable, because I'm going to execute the X.com game plan from 22 years ago with some improvements, and then we're going to make Twitter just a way better. we started building outro Ripple. The Ripple net was intended so that whenever the market matured enough, customers who had seen the benefits of our fiat-based network may migrate to one. And that is exactly what is happening when you flick the switch. I think what we're constructing has you. I know it's solving a real problem, and I consider all of the tokens my recommendation to anyone who understands the utility. There will be value in the token if actual utility and real value are being supplied to a real consumer.